Welcome in, everyone. Twin City Sports Talk. You got a full show today. Trevor, Ebby, and Bruce. We're going to talk some Wolves basketball in a bit, and we're going to get to some of big prediction night Trevor and I had the other day. By big, I mean lots of predictions were made. Results, kind of right down the middle. So we'll get to that. And then a few Vikings things to note. But to start off the day, we're going to start off with our sponsor today, Athletes Edge, with Jen Prouty. She's a mental performance consultant based in Brookings, South Dakota, working with competitive and elite athletes across a variety of sports like hockey, wrestling, and football. Jen helps athletes strengthen the mental side of their performance by developing skills like consistency under pressure and focus and more of the emotional control in your sport. She works with athletes, teams, and coaches both locally and nationwide through virtual consulting. And I accidentally just wrote with a pen on my pants on accident. That sucks. Jen uses the evidence-based approaches to apply this into the sport you play, into your performance. There's her website, athletesedgepc.com, and her phone number and her socials. Contact her. Tell them we sent you at Twin City Sports Talk. Thank you, Jen. And, yeah, I have a few Vikings things to note before we get to, Wolves talk and the predictions Trevor and I made. First one, Vikings are keeping Aaron Jones. They're getting him on a much cheaper contract after basically cutting him. This is honestly just a revised contract restructure type deal here. But now he's being paid $5.5 million with $5 million guaranteed. So they keep Aaron Jones. We'll talk more in the future what this means in the draft. Do the Vikings even have a reason to trade up for 7 now and draft Jeremiah Love? We're going to talk more in the future about how this affects them because it affects them. So, we just need to hit on that quick. But Aaron Jones back in Minnesota never really had to put the house on the market or anything. That was a quick turnaround. But I think the biggest news of the day, though, is Harrison Smith has been cut as a post June 1st release by the Vikings. It's just a move here.
He is, but he's not.
This is just a procedural move.
It's to save money.
Okay.
It's to save money right now. But the Vikings said if he's going to play another year, come back. They do not care.
So just another Mike Conley. Okay.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
As of right now, Harrison Smith is not a Viking. It's a weird sentence to say, but right now, Harry's not a Viking. A bit of a weird one, but that was reported by Alec Lewis, so it's obviously a trustworthy source, and it's floating around the NFL talks. Another thing here, the Green Bay Packers have jumped in on former Viking Javon Hargrave. 2-year deal, $23 million, including $13 million this year with the Packers. So a lot less money than we paid him for this 3-year contract that obviously we opted out of. Cut him, announced the cut last week. But Javon Hargrave stays in the division. Maybe this is a get back thing at the Vikings, kind of a tactic here. We don't know.
I think Gannon. I think with Gannon, which is the connection. Yep. Could be also revenge a little bit. I still can't believe those comments he made. If you want to blitz the quarterback or get pressure,
if you want sacks,
this defense, isn't for you.
Yeah. If you want sacks as an interior defensive
your
lineman,
teammates are going to get pressures and sacks, but God forbid you don't.
God forbid.
I mean, that's the tough part, though, because don't a lot of these guys in their contract they have different incentives for certain things. So schematically, that could affect their money. So I'm not saying what he said was justified, but
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I see both sides of it.
I also don't like how we never know these little incentive things until a player hits an incentive.
Until afterwards,
yeah. Oh, that's an extra $2 million, and we're like, oh, where did that come from?
Yeah.
I guess a sneaky way for them to stay under the cap.
Yeah. One other thing to monitor: Jonathan Greenard is obviously on the trade block, and the Eagles seem to be maybe not the front runner, but close to being the front runner. They've talked with the Vikings a lot about a Jonathan Greenard trade. And the Eagles, apparently by Diana Rossini of The Athletic, Jonathan Greenard remains in contact with his agent about a potential extension if he were to be struck by the Eagles in a trade. So the Eagles would obviously trade and signing, extend him into the future to be an Eagle for longer. And honestly, when you are starting to have those talks, it's getting pretty real. And I bet the odds makers out there for this trade happening all-time high after hearing this report. So
I'd be shocked if Grenard's not gone.
Yeah.
Nothing against him, but let's start Turner. Let's save some money. We got a lot of money we got to pay off with void years or just restructured contracts for the next year or two. I kind of expect a lot of our free agent money to the cap that we roll over for next year's offseason. And then one other 100%. Minor note, I don't know if you were talking about it, but now both our gunner slots should be filled, or at least the probable guys for the punt team.
Oh, yeah.
The Pierre signing, and then, Thomas is coming back too. So very minimal notes. However, Matt Daniels had some ups and downs, more downs than ups.
Yeah, I don't know about Matt.
If you exclude Reichard being like a perfect kicker, but some of the penalties, the kick return, gaps, getting blown up, the Devin Duvernay killer.
We miss the playoffs because of that play right there.
But, I mean, if you can have two good gunners, shut down the punt returner right away or get it where they got a fair catch, give them a return. Could be worth noting.
Yeah. That's all the Viking stuff I had. One also thing I wanted to note, very interesting Twins spring training game today. It was basically, obviously, the hitters, it was a MLB-like lineup. Royce Lewis, Trevor Larnach in there, Josh Bell, Keishal, Wallner, all of the opening day guys, even Alan Roden in there. But the thing to note here is the pitching. This is the first time this spring where this is just a 100% MLB regular season game for the Twins.
Yeah.
Taj Bradley was amazing today. 5 innings pitched, only 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts for Taj today, and then 2 walks. But the even better news on top of that, the 4 relievers that came in, all of our MLB guys. Taylor Rogers comes in, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, no hits. Andrew Chafin comes in, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, no hits. 2 perfect innings from those guys. Those guys are going to be huge in the Twin season this year. And then Justin Topa comes in, 1 inning pitch, 2 strikeouts, 0 hits. Another perfect inning. Anthony Bonda comes in, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Still a good way to end the game. Very regular season-like game here, and it was fun it wasn't on TV, but it's fun to see on the stat sheet. So that's very positive stuff coming out of Fort Myers.
I guess one other thing before we get to the Wolves and predictions. How quarterbacks are always getting overpaid, essentially.
Yeah.
Because, the market's how it's going. Did you guys really think Daniel Jones was getting 2 years at 88? I didn't.
I mean, coming off an Achilles, I was surprised by that, honestly.
So if Darnold got 3 for 33, pretty much right at $100 million, that is what it is. So Darnold gets $33 million, played a full year, was pretty much lights out except 4 games: Jets, Jaguars, Lions, and then a playoff game against LA Rams. Daniel Jones torn ACL a couple years ago, and now the Achilles injury. I think a lot of fans are probably not. I think they'll trust it because they were lights out when he was playing. But if he doesn't,
he just gained their playing.
Yeah.
Even the receiver Pierce, I feel like he's a quality receiver, but I thought they overpaid a lot. So
completely
agree. They
agree.
Already overpaid a lot for getting Sauce, all those first rounders. So I guess they're trying to win now, but
it is true.
Wait and see.
No picks in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's a bit outlandish, to be honest. All right, let's get to our Trevor and my predictions from the other night. So let me pop that on the screen here. Literally identical. Correct. Wrong for both of us.
Oh, great.
We both went 2-1 on the night and with 1 point. So we both said the U.S. This was we didn't make predictions on the USA game against Italy, which they got destroyed in, Michael Lorenzen. Yeah, he dominated, which was very tough to watch. But we made predictions on the U.S.-Mexico game. We both said they would win, so that's a win in the point category here. We didn't get the score correct. I did say Paul Skeens would have 4 strikeouts, and people, you can say that's light. Yeah. That's like a layup, but we had no idea how far he was going to go into the game. I thought like 3 or 4 innings, which I think it was.
Well, I know there's that pitch limit rule, so
yeah.
Pool play is 65 pitches, and then I think quarterfinals, semifinals at 80, and then championship round or final round, whatever you want to call it, 90, 95 pitch count. But yeah. You also don't know the ramp up. I mean, kind of looking at it now, and even with the limited outings and all that, I don't care. But yeah, maybe people might argue just because he's that filthy with all his pitches.
Well, the reason why we're talking about this, people, is because our rule, it's kind of like a consensus thing. We come up with it on the spot if it's allowable or not. We try to say like a 50% chance of it happening or lower, because we don't want layups. We don't want Dante DiVincenzo will hit 1-3 in the game, which maybe that's even a stretch sometimes for Dante. But either way, that's a correct prediction for me. This was funny. Trevor sniped me here. He went Buck would go hitless. It ended up being correct, and that is exactly what I was going to choose. So would have been correct for either one of us. But
if we get lucky tonight, which the game is going on right now, to monitor for, Abby, I'm sure you probably aren't following or anything. Basically, it's the Olympics, but it's not the Olympics. All the countries are playing their baseball players. USA lost yesterday. Yeah. They should have never have lost.
USA has easily the best roster.
Absolutely embarrassing. They are getting roasted. The coach thought we were in because it's pool play. It was our final game for the pool play. Yeah, we ended up losing. The best comparison I could give you is when the U.S. played Serbia in the Olympics a couple years ago. Now, take Serbia, like when we were having a scare when Serbia was right up with us most of that game.
Yeah.
But then, like, take Serbia not as good as Serbia. It's my closest thing. Like, the U.S. should win every game, right, for basketball, because you've got all the talent. And so when Serbia was giving, they had Jokic, but complete team outlook. U.S. should have won that game easier. USA should have won this baseball game last night.
Took Curry heroics and whatnot, right?
We were down 8-1 or 8-0. They brought it back to within 8-5.
6.
Right? Was the final 8-6?
But it was against Italy. Italy has no roster. Yeah, it's really embarrassing.
Like a few players that are MLB guys, but majority of their team are guys that aren't pitching in the MLB or are like retired guys that are just pitching for their country to represent. It's one of the worst losses I've seen for any USA sports team. This has got to be the worst for our lifetimes. Just a joke.
Wow. I mean, here's how much it's embarrassing. Like, if Trevor and I did make predictions on this, both of us probably would have said the U.S. wins like 9-1 or like 6-0. Like, they should have dominated. The U.S. lineup is the whole team is by far superior. But moving on here, the Wild, I did not update that. It should say Wild beat the Mammoth 5-0. The Wild dominated. It was one of the best Wild games all year. Of course, we couldn't watch it, though, for people who only have ESPN+.
ESPN Plus.
But either way, it was probably the best game all year. They did win 5-0. I said they would win 4-1. Trevor said they would win 4-3, so we both got that prediction correct. But our player predictions, not so much.
Wrong.
Yeah. Trevor said Logan Cooley would have a point, and I said Matt Zuccarello would score a goal. He was like the only Wild player to score a goal.
So, since we couldn't watch the game, I still wanted to watch the highlights with how a great team dominant win.
Yeah.
I think, if I remember correctly, Utah had a play where they hit posts, like where
they hit 3 posts in the first period.
I think my prediction, because I think Cooley set up the pass where it was the pass to the shot.
Yeah,
so at least
close.
My prediction was,
Yeah. And then we made predictions. I don't know why it's not up there. I thought I changed it. But Wolves-Lakers last night. late night game. I couldn't stay up for the whole thing.
You're old.
We both said the Wolves would win. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, they don't win.
I said, see, a lot of inconsistencies here, which we're about to get to between Jaden and Randall. I said both of them would have 15 points last night. I was confident the Lakers can be sloppy on defense at best sometimes. I thought they'd have 15 points. Jaden, again, had a 6-point performance last night. Randall did have 14, but neither of them hit for me. So the whole prediction as a whole, wrong. Trevor, this is a bad beat. He said Luka would have 35-plus points. I think he had 32, 31.
Oh, did 31. He? Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize he even got that close because that first half for both first quarter, both teams just were crap that game. Lakers.
Austin Reeves in the third quarter, though. Game.
The first half was crap for both.
Yeah, it was like, 43 at halftime or something?
It was so low scoring.
Yeah.
It was so stupid. I think we were at, halfway mark through, the first quarter. If you're just talking first quarter, it was 7-8. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. It was so low scoring. Teams were shooting. Both teams combined were probably 3 of 25. The first or the first half of the first quarter. It was just stupid. And then Edwards was 0 for 9 before he made a 3, if I remember correctly. So his first 3 was 1 for 10. 0 for 9 prior.
He ended 1 for 11, right? From 3.
I don't know. I watched the game. I will clarify.
It was 2 for 15 in total.
Okay.
Bruce and I, we obviously talked about this off the air, but we, at least for myself with my YouTube TV, I had 4 things going. So I had the Wolves-Lakers, I had the USA baseball game, I had the Gonzaga championship basketball game, which turned to SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt after the game, and then the hockey game of Colorado and Edmonton. So thank goodness that I could not suffer just through that Wolves-Lakers mess.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Background action going. It's bad. So, what should we get into it?
Yeah. All right. Main talkers here. We're gonna start talking about the inconsistencies between some of our top point getters here. Anthony Edwards, you are excluded from this conversation. Just don't do what you did last night. Do what you've been doing for the past month, and then you can stay out of this conversation. But Wolves, they're in a playoff push right now. I think, are they still in the 3 seed right now, or did they drop with last night's loss?
They're the 5 seed.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
So the West is so tight.
I know. The Rockets have 40 wins. Lakers have 40. Denver's 1 behind us with 39. We have 40. So it's insane.
Every game is critical now. Yep.
Yeah. So got to win all of them. But the first guy I want to talk about here, Julius Randle. I'm gonna, for each of these guys that I bring up, we're gonna say how much they should be average. We're gonna talk about how much they are averaging, and then how much each of us think they should be averaging, and then we're gonna go through their last 15 games as a whole and see how they've been playing in the second half of the season to start in this playoff push, you can say. So Julius Randle, he's averaging 21.2 points, and there's obviously a ton of factors with this, okay? There's harder teams, there's easier teams, there's harder defenses to play against, there's different types of defenders. Julius Randle might have a 7-foot power forward on him or a big shot blocker. There's many different variables here, but as a whole, what do you guys think, Julius? Because he's a great scorer. He can shoot the mid-range. Some nights he can be hot from 3. He just had a 41-point performance 7 games ago against Portland. How many points do you guys think he should be scoring on a nightly basis?
I mean, it's tough to say. 21 is, it's decent for the regular season. Yeah. It's just my gripe and most people's issue with Randle is most of his baskets come in isolation. And that also comes back to the Timberwolves not having a real point guard. Our offense is just so ISO dominant that come playoff time, it's going to be easy to game plan against, and it just gets stagnant if shots aren't falling. So, there's some possessions where he's taking 10, 15 seconds just to take a step back mid-range, which is not even a quality shot that teams are trying to take nowadays. So, I mean, if the playoffs, if he can go from 21 to 25, just be a little bit more efficient, that would be ideal. But I think we have a lot more problems than just Julius Randle scoring. But
we'll get to him. Yeah, we'll get to him. There's a couple of problems. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you touched it because from last night's game, how many times did I see hero ball going on? No, not passing the ball around. It's just one guy holding on to the ball, making a play.
Yeah.
Just not having a real point guard, man.
Yeah, it was terrible. No, my one thing with Randall, 21's like, I don't know, kind of what you would probably expect with him.
Mm-hmm.
McDaniels has been iffy. Obviously, we're going to go over everybody. But if McDaniels is having his on night where he's having a good night, Randall not scoring a whole lot, it's kind of a wash.
That's what we talked about last episode. Yeah.
But McDaniels also, what was it, 6 points he said for the Lakers?
His last 3 games have been horrible. Horrible.
So yeah, in those games, Randall's gone 14, 14, 17. And then meaning Edwards would have to score like 35 if you want a chance, unless Nas Reed is going to go ballistic off the bench.
Which he hasn't.
It's really hard watching Randall because you don't get defense from him, lack of awareness, off-ball defense.
It's so bad on the
hero ball
side.
When he plays bully ball, which I get his bodybuilding and all that. What is he, like 6'8", 250? Let's take a look here.
He has the body to do it.
250, but yeah, not enough team play. It's just hero ball is killing it.
To continue the points, so he's averaging the 21 all year, but his last 10 per se, like Trevor said, 14, 14, 17. I'm going for most recent down the list. 23 against Memphis, which we lost that game. Denver, he had 14, and then 4 points against the Clippers, 13, 18, 13. And then that 41-point game against Portland, 18, 17, 24, 17, 19. Consistently in the second half of the season now, consistently not reaching where he should be, according to the stats, according to where I think all of us could admit where he should be. 20, 21 points, I would be very happy with on a nightly basis. And he has the skills to do it. He has the shooting. He can drive the lane. The mid-range, just like Ebby said, he does it well, but he takes too long to do it. First of all, he takes too much of the court, and just like what you guys said, the hero ball needs to stop with that because that is not sustainable in the playoffs. And he's the biggest contributor to that argument on this team. I mean, Ant can get reckless with a 35-foot shot at the top of the key sometimes, but Ant's a better scorer than Randall. So Randall, move the ball around a little bit. But you guys nailed it on.
I just searched up second half of the season. Randall is averaging 25% from 3 on 5 attempts per game. He started the season at 35%.
Yep.
The first half of the season. So, going down.
I mean, look at that. The last 10 games, just say 1-1-0-0, 1-0-0, 1-1. Portland game 3.
And that's the tough part is like if you have him and Rudy there together, people are not going to respect Randall. So if Ant drives in or if whoever is driving in, they can just help sag off. Most people don't even respect Jaden from 3, especially recently. I mean, he's been shooting it well throughout the season, but I mean, he's just still being stashed in the corner, which just frustrates me every time I watch Jerro's games. I mean, it's like when Randall doesn't play, like in the games that Randall hasn't been available, like I'm talking like earlier in the season, last year. Like Jaden averages like 17. He'll get you 10 boards. Like he'll get in the paint. He loves his little like mini faders like near the basket, like taking advantage of his length. Exactly. But then once everybody's in the lineup, it's like let me just sit corner and then go play defense and just foul a bunch. So I don't know what we're trying to do.
Let's continue with the Jaden talk now. We're good with Julius. Jaden, just like we just said, last 3 games have been outlandishly bad. I mean, this is probably the worst stretch of his entire career, these 3 games. 3 games against Toronto, 8 points. He was 3 for 6 from the field. He only played 21 minutes in that game, so maybe we can call that a wash. But that was the game he got in foul trouble very early, so that's his own fault for playing 21 minutes. Orlando, 3 points on 3 free throws. Went 0 for 9 from the field. Yeah, 0 for 4 from 3. Last night against the Lakers, 27 minutes played, or 26. 6 points, 0 from 5 from 3. And he only had 2 rebounds against the Lakers last night. Was it a lack of effort? I don't know. I didn't watch the full game, so I can't talk on it. But to continue down this list, before that, he was playing pretty well. He had 20, he had 16, but then he goes to 12. But this whole stretch, this 5-game stretch was good. This was the 5-game winning streak for the Wolves between like the Portland, LA, Denver. It was that good winning streak. Jaden putting up points, the Wolves win. This proves it right here. In that 5-game stretch, 16 points, 20 points, 12 points, 29, 19. So pretty good all around. But before that, 17, 21, 2 points, 6 points, 19, 8. The inconsistencies. And this is what this whole episode is about. And again, just like Ebby said, Jaden's perched up in the corner 90% of the time on offense, mostly because the whole offense is so ISO based either way. And so he can't really do much either way. What do you think he does in practice? Just sits in the coffin corner out there, waits for the passes to come to him? Or is he involved in the offense in practice? I don't know.
I just know it's frustrating as a player. Like, especially like, being in high school or whatever, college, being the best player on your team, taking over, and then you get to the big leagues, and then it's just, oh, by the way, you're not even going to do 90% of what you're able to do. Just, we just want you to do A and B, and that's it. And most of that comes down to coaching. I honestly think Finch is getting very close to getting fired potentially. It's just too much. There's too much going on. Like after the game, there's too many things of efforts. Rudy Gobert has been in the media constantly just preaching that, guys are not trying hard enough or guys aren't on the same page. Like these are veteran, like we have a lot of vets on this team. Like that should not be the case.
It is the oldest team in the league, isn't it? I think I just saw that a couple days ago. I think it is the oldest.
It might be.
Yeah. I mean, with Kyle Anderson, Mike Conley, Rudy's up there now.
I don't know why we brought Anderson back. Eagles, for the locker room, I guess.
I was gonna say if you take age of guys that are actually playing, we're probably not the oldest, but if you take complete
because we got Conley and Ingles and stuff on the bench, right? That doesn't help.
I forgot about Ingles too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Inbounder. Yeah.
Shoot, I lost my train of thought where I was going with that.
Let's get back on the Jaden front, though.
Real quick, with Ebby's point to Finch getting fired, which would be really tough because Wolves pre-Finch was dumpster fire. We all know that. But given the roster of the team, and we've made it to the Western Conference Finals, but we've never really been competitive when we've made it there to have a shot at making the finals. So you can make that argument. But to Ebby's point, Mike Malone got fired by Denver. Was that last year or 2 seasons ago?
Last year.
Point being,
it was last year. It was literally like 5 games before the playoffs.
Right, yeah. So they tried doing a spark. So to call Finch safe is probably not true. Put him on the hot seat is probably not true, but it's getting close. I mean, you've had Orlando bad game. You look terrible against the Lakers. You got to count for the team. Eventually, with the whole salary cap and the first apron, second apron,
Okay, fine. I'll go down this rabbit hole too a little bit. My thing with it is, like, the first couple of years of Finch's tenure here with the Wolves is he preached defense, and the Wolves had, and up until with Nickeil Alexander-Walker still on the team, like 2 years ago, they had one of the best defenses in the league, and a lot of that is because of Rudy. Like, Rudy's added so much to it, but the Wolves' defense shows up 2 out of every 3 games, and even in the playoffs, like Randall, you can't have on the defensive side in a big playoff series, super fast moving against OKC, and there's just problems with it. Jaden McDaniels obviously adds a lot of value to the defense, but the Wolves' defense has been lackluster all year. And then you got to say, like, okay, Finch, well, if the defense isn't going to have the same numbers, if they're not going to be as good as other years, the offense is going to make up for it. Well, you could say that, but the only player that's been consistent, and I'm not saying because he's averaging 30, is Ant. He's been consistently averaging 30. You need other guys like Jaden McDaniels to at least average 12 a game. You need Randall to at least average 14. Just like you guys said, it all comes – the offense has no identity. The identity is ISO, and that's just stupid. That's not a winning formula in any.
Yeah, after the game, Coach Finn said we need to get back to ball movement. That's how we're gonna win. Like,
then do it.
Like, that's what you teach kindergartners. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, what exactly? Like, I know they're not gonna give everything away to the media. Like, they're just there to answer questions. They're not gonna be, 100% transparent. But it's like, it's just so like nonchalant. Like, we just didn't have it tonight. Guys weren't just, like it's just. I'm just tired of this thing.
Knock on wood, the Wolves have had like every core player for starters, and they're like 8.
That's the thing, exactly.
Yes.
So, look at every team in the West; they have way more. Yeah.
Yeah, and
it's unbelievable.
When you've been very healthy, I'm going to keep knocking on wood.
The Thunder are holding down the number 1 spot. Shea's missed like 20 games. Caruso, Dort. I mean, they have had so many injuries.
Been out the whole year, basically.
Oh, exactly. Jaden Williams has not played.
Yeah.
Houston hasn't had Van Fleet all season. Nuggets haven't had Gordon and Cam Johnson and
Jokic was out for like 2 or 3 weeks
with the knee spray.
Exactly. The Suns have been without people. Like it's frustrating because you're supposed to take advantage. Like most times when teams win NBA titles, it's not just because they're the best team. Like it's a long season. Health is a big factor.
Yeah,
that matters.
You usually find health in the regular season that translates to the playoffs. But
especially when you're a team that has, at the top end of the cap space market, you got to take advantage of guys that are younger that are not on their, big time deals before you have to trade people away like we did with Cat and whatnot. So.
And this year specifically, you can't give these games away. You are in a literal tie with 4 teams for the 3rd spot in the West.
4 teams.
You can't really. I mean, even the Suns, they're like a game and a half behind us. It's like, and Dylan Brooks just said 3 days ago he wants us in the playoffs. I mean, bring it on, Dylan. Respectfully, bring it on. I'm fine with that. But this is such a mess in the West here. It's too much.
Too much.
No one's.
That's why we need to go to the East, man. They need to send us to the East in that expansion.
They might.
Seattle or Vegas.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
Well, both of them.
No. Well, yeah. I'm saying that both.
Mm-hmm. But either way, you can't give these games away like we're saying. Especially this year. Anytime for any sport, you can't just give games away. But this year specifically, it's much bigger and much more importance needed here. Let's move on to our next.
The Lakers game before we go.
Yeah,
Rudy Gobert had 1 shot last game against the Lakers in 28 minutes.
Oh, wow.
One.
I didn't know that.
Like this is what I'm saying. When you don't have a point guard, it's not even so much like getting assists, but just getting past your initial man and having the defense have to collapse so that you find open guys. Rudy up top for the lob and stuff. There's a reason why he had 0 blocks, 0 steals. It's hard to be motivated to play defense if you're not getting the ball.
Yeah.
Most teams make an emphasis first play. They run a lob to their big or pick and roll. You have to get them engaged. As stupid as that sounds, I just don't understand where our team is at.
I don't want to go back to the Mavericks Western Conference Finals, but you know who really killed us?
Exactly.
Luka obviously killed us, but Gafford.
Lively and Gafford had 10 dunks a game just of catching lobs.
Yes.
It was so
because
infuriating.
Luka knows it. He's like, lob it. If I miss the shot, they're just going to put it in. It's it's too easy for them, and so you would kind of expect that more. But you don't have that true point guard, like Eddie's saying, so you can't really do it.
Oh, well.
Well, we'll get to it. We'll keep doing it. All right, next guy I want to talk about, Naz Reid. And we all love Naz. He's that bolt of energy. And I will say the last 3 games, coming off the bench, 12, 13 points. It's not bad. It's not terrible. Not bad at all, but it's the season as a whole, very inconsistent. Before that, 3 points, 11, and then 8, 21 points off of 4 threes against Dallas, 11, and then 7, 8, 7, 17, 10. And then he had that big stretch with 20, 18, and 23. with extended minutes. So
0 against Golden State, January 25th. What the heck?
Oh yeah, see,
4.
Oh, look at that! And then 3 games before that, 0 against the Spurs. That's the game he got kicked out of. Never mind. Sorry, we are not counting out. He was in for 5 minutes. Either way, what the heck, man? 0 points against the Spurs. That's a big game. No, either way, again, it's another guy. If we want to win a championship as a whole, I think Nas needs to consistently every game at least get 10 points. And I've said it so much on this show. Nas Reed,
even more.
That's like the bottom line is 10 points. That's what I'm saying. Like, you should be getting more than that. But I've been saying this so much. He is so agile as a 7 foot 6'11", whatever he is. He's nicknamed Big Jelly for a reason. Drive the lane more, dude, and stop pulling up from 30 feet. I need to see this more.
Man.
He can.
I know Orlando Magic fans have the same gripe with Paolo.
Yeah.
That he doesn't take advantage of his size enough and just settles for jump shots.
And like Nas is quick with it too, and he's so flowy in the lane.
That game against Denver recently, man, he was on a run by himself in that third, fourth quarter. I forgot what it was, but just on transition, just running out, Euro stepping, like that's what we need to get to. Like, because our half court offense is terrible. So like, if we can just get running, get those young guys on the wings just going, like that's our best chance.
Exactly. And you have a guy here who's a center. His position is center. He's 6'11", but he's as quick as Jaden McDaniels with his feet. He's quick as a lot of guys here. Drive the lane, Nas.
Because a lot of it looks like right around 50%. If you kind of do quick math of his field goal attempts there from 3.
Yeah, half of them.
Which makes sense. He has a good 3-point shot, but he's also got the good, between the how great of a dribbler he is and being able to.
It's just the NBA nowadays is just too much analytics, too much. We need to maximize the amount of threes possible.
Yes.
Basically NBA schematically is either threes or layups. Everything in between is not an efficient shot. Like that's just how they see it. But it's like, I don't know.
If you're
when the shot's not falling
inside the 3-point arc, they're like, why don't you just take us?
Yeah, Kevin Garnett would have never had the career he had if he was in today's era, like with the shots that he would always take.
It's very
tough.
true.
But Timberwolves are like 28th in the league in bench scoring, so Nas is going to have to step up every night.
28th? I didn't know that. I knew it was bad. But
Pretty sure they average like 29 points a game as a bench. It's basically Nas, and then one day it's Bones, one day it's Dosunmu, whatever.
That's exactly the best way to put it. One day it's Bones, and then the next game it's Nas. The next game,
can we have a collective effort?
Can we have
everybody be okay?
Everyone, please.
Yeah,
please. Like, let's go to Bones Highland. 11 points, 9, 3, 6, 18 off of the perfect shooting game against Denver. 3, 2, 3, 3, 3. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I know Bones isn't playing 25 minutes, but
he's playing 14, 14, 12, 14, 15. He's playing enough.
Exactly.
Also, his list thing, what he's doing when you're down, he was pulling lists on. Yeah, I get that's your Sally. Don't do it when you're down 20. Thank you. So Grady was the national broadcaster because this was the
ESPN
NBC,
Plus. Not
you're
ESPN.
thinking,
That was wild.
Peacock.
The Peacock.
Whatever the broadcast was, Reggie.
NBC.
Yeah, is it Reggie Miller? No, not Reggie Miller. I can't think. Grant Hill. Oh my gosh! Thank you for running into him. He's like, that was a great 3-point shot and all, but doing this celebration when you're down 20, I just don't know if that's the best thing you should be doing right now. And because for someone when the Wolves don't show up and they're down like that, he doesn't care. He'll do the, and it's like, we are down 20. It's the whole, it's the Chris Paul meme, right? Chris Paul hits the 3 in the playoffs. If you bring it with the
my God, you did not bring that up.
It is.
Oh yeah, oh my God,
cuts the lead to 42 or whatever it was.
But no, Bones Highland, very all offense. Because it's not that he doesn't give effort on defense; it's just undersized and all that. But it doesn't.
He's just a flashy player.
It doesn't matter if you're tied game, close game, or down 20. If he hits that 3, he's hitting that Sally, and it's maybe the worst 3-point Selly, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, come on. That's not it. There's a lot.
Doing this,
I don't mind the
make
Selly, but like,
I don't know.
Hey,
Don't do it when we're getting embarrassed when we're shooting collectively as a team like 30%.
That I can agree with.
It's better than John Morant's like grenade sellies and stuff.
Yeah.
True.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad we never acquired him. But no, for Bones, I mean, last 2 games are decent for his standards. But the problem is he had decent games against the Lakers and Magic, but we were never in that game.
Yeah.
For the most part. Once when the team pulled away. So, and then 3 and 6 points against Toronto and Memphis. Yeah, the 18-point game against Denver. He was a big spark too, because if I remember correctly, that's kind of another game where offense, was kind of struggling to start that game. He came off the bench and just gave it a spark.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll be curious how he plays in the playoffs too, because I don't think he's coming back next year, just with the whole money thing, and he'll probably get a decent payday. So So then once again we're back to the no point guard depth whatsoever, because Conley will retire almost certainly, 95% chance of Conley retiring.
Assistant coach.
Which is no knock or anything. It's just his time's done. I think they'll lose Bones Highland to just whatever team that wants to pay him a decent contract. And then Dosunmu is a question mark. He is a restricted free agent. Maybe you can bring him back.
Hopefully.
But yeah, even if you bring back Dosunmu, Dante, not a true point guard, but he kind of plays that role. Him and Ant kind of split it, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, point guard, I'm concerned. But to kind of get back on track. Recently, it's just so much inconsistent. Because, from February 11th, and then it was the All-Star break. But the game of February 11th, 20th, 22nd, February 24th, February 26th is 3 or 2 points in 5 games. But then, he goes ballistic against Denver for 18. And then it's 6 points, 3 points. Last 2 have been good, but like I said, those were blowout losses.
Not enough.
So it doesn't,
I do want to talk just very briefly about Dosunmu. Just one thing. You're shooting the 3 ball at a 44% clip or something near that. I'd like you to be taking a few more 3s a game. I don't want you going Dante DiVincenzo with 11 every game, but the last 10 games he's averaging 1 or 2, 3. Well, I mean, one game against Dallas he had 5, but
so I'm looking because at least I've noticed when you said 45%, I'm like, that can't be right. So the 45% for Chicago, it's at 34% with Minnesota, which is okay because that's 1 out of every 3. But
low volume, so it's tough. Exactly.
Low volume, but then also like even when you're watching, some shooters, you're not thinking, you're feeling a rhythm, or you're just a good shooter where you just release it and you expect it to go in every time. But Dosunmu, I feel like he might be in his head a little bit.
The thing is, I don't mind that he's not taking a lot of 3s, because at least he's taking initiative in driving in and getting to the, because we're not that good of a team outside of Ant at getting to the rim. Yeah. So I'm honestly
going to it. That was our conversation before,
right? Like against the Lakers, So he was 6 for 8. He was 6 for 8, 0 for 2. So basically, his 2 misses were 3s. So he was 6 from 6. From 2-point range. Like you'll take that 10 times out of 10.
I didn't really know he was only shooting 34% with the Wolves so far. So he'll get into it.
Mind you, Dosunmu had 3 assists. No, he didn't. He had 1. Bones Highland had 3 assists, and that led the team in assists against the Lakers
last night. Oh my god!
Yeah, 3 assists was the most.
Well, no wonder Frenchie.
That's the problem.
Let's pass the ball next time and see what happens. No, I'm just seeing very minor note. It looks like Dosunmu is questionable tonight for Clippers.
Of course he is.
When did he?
Another late game, 9:30. My goodness.
Well, that's normal though, because we're in Cali.
West Coast, and then we play the Warriors at 9 o'clock on Friday, and then the Thunder, and then the Suns. Wow, this schedule's gonna be tough.
I know, we went over that last episode. It's a tough road here. You got to win a few of these.
We got to go
3-1. Last player I wanted to bring up, not a long one here. Maybe this maybe you guys disagree with this on me.
I gotta say, I disagree already.
All right. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Because he plays his role. He's good defensively for this team. Dante, okay? My issue with Dante is he can be the good 3-point shooter, specialist, whatever you want to call him some games. He just had like 17 against Denver in that game, hit 5 for 10 threes. But there's some nights where against Orlando, 0 for 6. Against Memphis, 1 for 5. And he has these games where he's taking 8, 9 threes a game. But my biggest issue is if you watch the games, you see all the time him drive the lane, and he is never looking to shoot the ball. He has some of the most glaringly obvious lay-ins or floater possibilities, and then he is dipping out to Jaden in the corner. He's dishing it to Ant up top and not even looking at the rim. He does not look for these opportunities. And if I were to really go through his games here, I guarantee you probably 60 or 70% of the points he's made are all from his threes, which some games, like I said, he doesn't shoot the three ball necessarily well in some games. But that's my issue. When you drive the lane, look to shoot. And then, like, this is what I was taught when I played basketball. I played basketball through high school. Look for the shot, and if it's not there, then you kick out for a possible 3 in the corner or something like that. You always look for the shot. He does not. He doesn't, and it's so obvious on television.
I know part of it is he gets blocked easily, but floaters.
I get it, but
he's an athletic guy. Like, he used to dunk on people at Villanova. Like, I feel like it has to be a coaching thing. Like, I don't know, because I want to say even in Milwaukee, he used to not be like that. Like when I've watched him sparingly, or in New York, I don't know. Our team just doesn't take outside of Ant. Just doesn't really look for stuff in the mid range. It's just either dunk it or just shoot a bunch of threes and hope that we can outshoot the other team. I mean, the Celtics play by that rule too. They live or die by that 3. They got them a championship, and then some nights they lose to the worst team in the league. So it's a two-way spectrum. But
all right, people, watch the game tonight against the Clippers. You know what? I'm gonna bake this into my prediction. Actually, there will be. Well, I don't know how you quantify this, but there will be at least 3 times Dante drives the lane. He has an easy floater, like a guy's still a couple feet away from him. It would be a hard to block the shot, and he's gonna kick out. I guarantee it. People go watch it tonight, and someone comment back the number of times because I'll probably fall asleep watching the game again. But yeah, that's the last guy I want to talk about for this inconsistencies. But it took a while.
One thing I will say, Abby, I'll pick your brain with your NBA knowledge. Are you surprised that Clark and Shannon was hurt for quite a while, but now that they're both healthy, or Clark's been healthy, now that Shannon's healthy again, I get you've got Yusumu, you got Bones Highland. These guys are more like shooting guards. Obviously, Clark is all defense, can give you a little bit of offense, but minimal. Are you kind of surprised Finch doesn't play them? And if he does, the thing
is not really, because he's never played young guys. That's the thing with Finch. So it's like he's just doing what he normally does. I mean, it's tough because our biggest issue right now is our interior defense, more so our perimeter defense. Because with Rudy, we're a top 5 whatever defense, and then without him, we're literally dead last. So this offseason, they have to figure something out. Whether that's finally let Baron J play, because it's like he played 4 minutes last night in garbage time. Like, what is that going to do for him? Because he's basically playing against the Lakers G League team. He's not getting real reps against actual quality players. So I just don't understand it. When you take a guy, just outside the lottery, you can't just not develop him just because you're in contender mode.
Also, if you want to improve the interior defense, get Rocco sometime. Rocco, I think it's Zakarski,
he looks great every time. I watch a couple of his highlights, like in the G League.
I know. He looks 25, 30-point games, dude. And he shoots the 3 ball at like a 40% clip. He's Nikola Jokic.
That's the frustrating part.
And he's 7'3".
7'3", yeah. It's like we have the Wemby stopper, and we're just choosing not to. I'm kidding. Let me not get ahead of myself. But
I get it. He's a draft pick this past year, so not a lot of guys play. And he's second round.
He's like 19, 20.
Yeah. So it's like he's young. But you have especially when Rudy was out for those few games, bring him up and give him some time. See what you got. Well, when Rudy was out, I mean the one like suspension game or whatever. But
yeah,
either way,
he's got to chill out on that.
Yeah.
I think from now, if he gets flagrant, it's 2-game suspension.
Yep. It is, man. That's good old Rudy. All right, we have some predictions to make tonight. Abby, are you making these with us? I'll let
me start. Let me be 1-0 at something. I guess. All right.
1-0. You can be 2-0.
You might quickly look up a Gopher prediction unless you can rip one. That one will be hard. Obviously, you can think of something for the Wolves.
We'll shoot ours quick, Trev, and then Abby will kind of follow suit here. 2 games tonight. We were just talking about the Wolves game at LA to play the Clippers, staying in LA, coming off a horrible loss where no one scored any points. And then Gophers enter the Big Ten tournament today against Rutgers. And here's the thing. Abby's not a believer in the Gophers, but the Gophers have
I don't think the Gophers are believers in the Gophers.
Nico Medved is a believer. Gophers have Rutgers. Sure. Rutgers maybe is the worst team in the Big Ten. And I forget exactly who the Gophers have next if they were to win, but it's UCLA. UCLA is like
they've beat.
It's basically their no, we lost barely, but it was UCLA is just beatable. They don't have a big presence. We were just talking about the interior defense. They stink at it. The UCLA is horrible in the Big Ten in that regard. And so the Gophers can find holes. They can beat UCLA. Gophers stuck with a lot of good teams this year. Winning the Big Ten tournament, that's a different question or a different answer, whatever you want to categorize that. But Trevor, shoot a Gophers prediction to start us off here.
All right, yeah. And then Abby, I think you know this, but I still score prediction and a player prediction. For mine, for the Gopher game, I'm going to go Gophers winning a close game 75-69. Gophers win 75-69.
And then a player/game prediction Gophers
I got Reynolds scoring 15 plus.
Reynolds 15 plus.
I think he's averaging 12, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we're gonna need to have a big game from him to win.
Especially with Crocker Johnson, right? He's been out for a little bit now, but just a good secondary. You need a secondary scorer to have any chance with Tyson. So it'll be big if you can get that from him.
I also have the Gophers winning. Like I said, Rutgers is just not good. They don't have a star. I mean, Tariq Francis, I think, is their point guard, and he's nothing too special. Not great at 3. I think he's shooting 34% from there, if I looked earlier, if I'm remembering correctly. But Gophers win 68-61 in a close game, I'll say. And then for a player prediction, I'm going to stick with Tariq Francis here. He will be held under his average, which he's averaging 17 points. He will be held under. I've loved what I've seen from the Gophers defense in big games and entering the Big Ten tournament. They're going to be playing their butts off. Tariq Francis under 17 points. Or I should say 17 or less points. I'll do under 17. So if he gets 17, I'm going to be mad.
You want to do the bet thing? 16.5, 17.5, over, under.
You know what? I will, Trev. Under 16.5 points. Thank you. There we go.
You bet.
All right. Abby, why don't you shoot Abby?
Just pick Tyson.
All right.
He's our go-to.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say over 22 points for Tyson.
Okay.
We'll say Gophers win 70-65.
There we go. 70-65. Tyson, what'd you say? 22.
Yeah.
22 plus.
21
points.
plus. 21 and a half. I mean, plus.
Yeah. Sure. And I gotta say,
he'll probably tweak his ankle.
Tyson, this guy.
Don't say that because we have no depth. Like the Gophers have no depth. Which is no.
Abby, after this. Sorry, keep going, Trev.
Yeah, I was gonna say no knock on Nico Medved or anything. He's already shown great promise. for already just year one with the Gophers. But obviously, he's got to build that team up and all. But Gophers maybe play. It's like 6 or 7 guys. Like literally, our starters are just out there. It's It's like some in-house basket.
They sometimes play 7.
I had a heart attack, so I thought Kyler with Vikings, but that's the only 2 words I saw.
Mm-hmm.
We already know it's Kyler to me with Vikings. If I did that, I have to give me a heart attack.
Anyways, earlier today.
I know. The pop-up notification.
Either way. Yeah. I got to say one thing. Cade Tyson, if you were on a winning team and if the Gophers were in contention, this guy is a possible Wooden Award winner. I mean, shooting 42% from 3. He drives the lane. He's averaging 20 points or 19.5, whatever it is. It's pretty dang good for college ball. So either way, he'll need to have a big night tonight. So I like that prediction, Ebby. All right. Wolves predictions. Trevor.
All right. I got Wolves finally going to snap this little losing skid. I got us winning 116-112 in a game we desperately need to win.
116-112.
Clippers kind of in rebuild phase now. And my prediction is slow-mo. Well, in fact, play slow. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
No, I think Dante can hopefully get our shooting going a little bit.
Oh, okay. So it's not about slow-mo.
No. That was a joke.
Okay.
I got Dante making so yeah, I'll do over 2.5 threes. So really 3 or more, but 2.5.
All right, sounds
over
good.
For threes.
Yep, 2.5 threes. I'm in agreement here. I think that was just embarrassing last night, and there's no way all of these guys can shoot as horribly as they did last night
against
the Lakers. So I also have the Wolves winning. They didn't have to travel. They stayed in LA. I know it's back-to-back games, but like I said, you didn't have to travel or take a
flight. They played yesterday, so they may as well play today.
Yeah, exactly. You get to wash away the bad vibes very quickly after last night.
Yeah.
Wolves win. I actually think it's not going to be a blowout. I think I think Baron J will see time in the 4th. I'll just say that. Wolves win 123-102. And for a player prediction, you know what? I'll do that. Or wait, what did I say? Dante. Oh, Dante will drive the lane and kick it out through. No, I can't do that. There's no way to quantify it. Baron J will have 5+ minutes.
Hold on. No. Hold on. We'll get in the weeds here. So initially you're saying like earlier, you want to go with Dante will like pass up 3 like floater layup chances.
Yeah.
Is that what he said? If you want, I mean, I
Jesus.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be watching the game full. So if I'll like try tallying it.
No, I can't trust Trevor. No. I can't trust Trevor. No.
Darn it!
Trevor could screw me over.
Ebby, I was, anything to lessen the gap. Darn it! Are you sure, Bruce? Bruce, are you sure
good.
You don't want to do this?
I'm good. Look at the standings. I got a little bit of a lead.
Fine. Fine. I only need 2 touchdowns here.
That's true. All right, Ebby, Wolves prediction.
Honestly, my gut's telling me the Clippers are going to win, but I will say Minnesota.
Never go against your gut.
Yeah, go.
I am today. It is what it is. We'll go 108. 103 Timberwolves.
All right.
We'll go prediction. Rudy gets a double-double.
Oh, I like that. That would be big.
I think they're going to get him involved, hopefully, more. They have to.
When he is involved,
there's no way.
So let's
like, you know what I'm saying? Just get 3-4 dunks, 3 or 4 free throws. Easy days.
Yeah.
Hey, non-prediction here, but Rudy's shown it, I think, twice now, where he's or I think he's had 2 attempts at a 3-pointer. Do we think he sinks a 3-pointer, like a normal 3? I'm not counting a heave.
He still hasn't hit one yet in his career.
Doesn't count, but I feel like we are close. Career.
In his career, he's never made a 3 in his career.
I think he's 0 of 21.
Well, yeah, most of them are heaves, right?
Like well, Well,
I think when he knows it's his last year or two, he's going to try more. I feel like
it's weird though because in obviously it's completely different when you're just off season doing shoot around and
I know. He can make them. That's the thing.
Yeah. Bruce, I think I sent you the video, right? It was fourth quarter. The game was won. It was even it wasn't a shot where it's the final possession on offense before end of game. There's still a couple more possessions. I forget which game, but I recorded it. It was he had a legit chance at making it. It was close. And that place would have went bonkers. Well, actually, it could have been a road game. But yeah, if he makes a 3.
I think a road stadium or a road arena would still erupt for it.
No, for sure, yeah. 100%.
I just wish he developed it, though. That's what's frustrating. There's so many bigs. I mean, you see Bam Adebayo, 83 points, which is ridiculous.
I don't want to talk about that.
We don't have to get into it. But, he entered the league as a non-shooter. And, now he's I mean, the fact that he took 22 threes was too much. But, the fact that he's a respectable three-point shooter now, there's a lot of bigs in the league where it's as you age, you have to find a way to keep, preserve your career. Right, Brook Lopez, for example, his first 7 years in the league, Brook Lopez made 1 3-pointer. His 8th season, he made 134 threes. So he decided in that offseason that he was just going to flip his career like that and become a threat.
Isn't Vucevic another guy?
Vucevic is another guy who's developed it later. Even Andre Drummond this year, he's actually been taking a decent amount of them.
Is he really?
It was a game where he was 4 for 5 from 3. Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Again, not saying that Rudy needs to take 2 or 3 of them a night, but it's but at least they're guarding you Ben Simmons out there. Just just fire one of them out there.
Well, who can shoot the 3 ball in the 7-3? Rocco.
Tell him. Tell him, B.
Let him come.
All right.
Bring him up.
Yeah. Trevor, with that report Trevor just said about Kyler Murray, I forgot to mention that Kyler Murray is currently taking his physical in the Vikings facility right now. He has a meeting tonight with the Vikings. I completely forgot to mention that earlier, but it was tonight. So by midnight or in the morning, we will probably get the news.
Yeah.
And
the physical is
how are y'all feeling about that?
And we'll answer that question in a second. Good thing is the physical is not being done by Baltimore. This is Minnesota's doctor. So good chance they'll, pass. For Kyler, no one, even if people don't want Kyler, to get a guy at his talent, obviously there's some things that you can be concerned with, just maturity and all that. But for him to sign at $1.3 million, even if you don't like him, my boss or one of my bosses, he doesn't like Kyler. No, he's a cool dude, but he wants Vikings to develop McCarthy, which is totally fair, right? Because given you drafted McCarthy to be your franchise quarterback, So he won't get the in-game reps, but no, to get Kyler, given his talent, given that the support staff he's got, players and coaching staff at $1.3 million, how could you say no to that? Now it's going to get really dicey because if Kyler can stay healthy, because that's the other risk, but it's $1.3 million, so it's a risk, but it's not a risk at the same time at $1.3 million. But here's the thing, if Kyler plays well this year,
are you going to make the same mistake twice and let him walk? Right.
KOC and the Vikings would just get ripped like no other if you go again. So then you trade McCarthy, which I feel like you could get hypothetically, right? Kyler plays well and all that. I think you can get a decent, a mid pick for him because there's teams every year that are going to be. There's going to be enticing. It's his final year of his rookie contract. If a team can take on McCarthy, this is, if you keep Kyler long term, it's 1 year left at the rookie salary. You would then be able to do the 5th-year option. Well, actually, sort of, because that team would have to bet on him before the year starts.
Yeah.
So that's a question mark. But still, 4th year at rookie salary. And even if you decline the 5th-year option, if there's too many question marks, you could just still re-sign him during the season or after the season. If McCarthy, if it finally hits, I'm just so worried. One, being a Minnesota fan, but you've seen it between quarterbacks. The Josh Allen jump after 2 years, right? Allen took the leap at year 3 of playing. Jared Goff, late bloomer. Now he wasn't as bad as some others. Baker revived his career. Darnold obviously is the obvious.
See, did they revive their career, or were they just put in better situations? That's the part that gets me
too. And that's going to be the thing with Kyler, right? You go from Arizona, because what?
Right, so he'll probably look better immediately. Yeah.
Kyler, I think was.
What on earth?
Balloons.
What the heck?
Oh, Ebby, you want to see something cool? Yeah, for Kyler, what was it, 1 or 2?
What's going on, bro?
It's because Apple features when you get
Apple
thumbs down should be.
We're really doing the Apple Android thing right now, really?
Anyways, no, we're not. I'm staying on topic, but Kyler made playoffs once or twice, or maybe not even made playoffs.
I think it was once. It was once. He was terrible.
It was once, but he started a year 8-0, and he had D-Hop on the team. He had an offensive line. He had.
You're right. That's crazy. Was that the game with that crazy Hail Mary catch, or was that a different season?
Yeah, that was against Buffalo that year. That was when both teams were 5-0. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyway, to wrap it up, you put him in a good situation. Kyler will beat the Vikings with Kyler Murray and the team they have. I will say right now they will make the playoffs. They almost made the playoffs this year, and the quarterback play was the worst in the NFL. And so you almost undoubtedly make the playoffs now that Brian Flores is back on defense.
Almost one thing right at 3:00 when Kirk and Kyler could officially be released, even though obviously it was kind of announced, everyone knew it was happening. Louis Riddick on ESPN, great guy and all, but he gave one take that was maybe the stupidest takes I've heard of, not even football, just all sports takes for anyone on ESPN. And I like Riddick, I just think he's completely wrong here. And I'm some idiot either, so I'm not saying I'm right. But I think a lot of people disagree. Why would his point was if you sign Kyler because they're different schemes or
very different play styles.
Yep. But why would the Vikings give up on McCarthy if you sign Kyler before this upcoming year? He's hinting we're going to give up on McCarthy. Why would you do that? Vikings still, even though we have money right now, with all the restructures and void years we've added, we're going to have to pay that off again. So the Vikings they can, but then they just go into the same trap again where, you're negative and you got to pay money. So I'd rather just hope we can hit on our draft picks, which, I am really high on this draft because it's without Questy, right? It's the first draft without Questy. Now, and Flores will have much to say. Defensive picks, KLC obviously for offensive side. But you have Rob Brzezinski, who prior to Questy getting hired, who was with the Rick Spielman team, and then even prior to Rick Spielman, when the Vikings did draft well prior to Questy, Rob Brzezinski, who's got the interim tag. But the thing with that, I think that's a load of crap too. It is true he's interim GM, but you're telling me, because the Vikings made the thing that the Vikings won't announce the full-time GM until after the draft. If that's true, wouldn't the Vikings be interviewing guys?
No, they said they're gonna interview guys after the draft in the lull of summer. That's what they said.
I get that, but that doesn't
make sense to me.
You have all of free agency and all of draft to literally build your team up for obviously this year and years to go. So then why would you hire a guy that has no say in how the team's being built for, like I said, this upcoming year and years to come? I don't know why. Can you just name Rob Brzezinski? He deserves it. He's been with the Vikings for 20-some years, give or take. Just give him the title. If it doesn't work out with him, you can give him 2 years. If it doesn't work out, then you fire him and you move on. But I don't think that'll happen because he's a cap wizard. He's been phenomenal. He's been nationally, not even by Minnesota insiders, nationally, people regard him as one of the best at managing cap space and working his ways around it. They've drafted well before Questy with the prime years of Spielman. I just don't get why you just don't give it to the guy that's been with the team for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
They're waiting to see the draft. That's what they're really waiting. But then again, you can't see that until they actually
give
play
it
on the
a year
field. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It is confusing and it's weird. I don't like it, but you have a good point. You definitely do.
I saw we lost Jalen Naylor. Are we you think we're getting anybody in the draft, or I know we have Ty Felton.
Most likely,
what's the deal?
We've had our talk about Ty Felton. It's because, well, Felton, he led the Big Ten in receiving yards, receptions. He's a really good route runner. The hands are an issue, so that can't translate to the NFL. They will target someone in the draft. The Vikings came out and said they're going to target a big body receiver, red zone threat mostly. A 6'3", 6'4" guy that can really just moss anyone, that can get high point a ball in the end zone, the corner of the end zone on these fades. But that's why they didn't. I mean, they obviously would have liked Naylor to be back, but they weren't going to pay him what the Raiders did. And so Ty Felton, you need to give him the time, but they're gonna look at someone in the draft. Yeah,
Bruce and I are in agreement, sir. I think we are. I think Felton, who is the 3rd round pick, will be the 5th. A couple reasons why. So Felton could have been got early playing time because going into the season that just happened, Naylor had an injury that he played through, and then Addison was suspended.
Yeah.
For how many?
They literally refused to play Ty Felton. They did everything in their power not to.
To answer your question, every year, just because there's so many, every team basically, unless you're a run-heavy team like Atlanta or Baltimore, every team, right, your starting offense is 3 receivers, tight end, running back, and then your O-line and quarterback. So there's so many free agent receivers that aren't like the names that are going to pop out. Like Bruce and I have done like our mock offseason blueprints is what we call it. I'm blanking his name, Bruce. The LA Rams receiver, free agent,
Tutu Atwell,
speed guy. Yeah, so Atwell's a free agent. KLC. He's got his connection coaching him in LA. So keep an eye on that because Speedy Naylor gone. So you lose the speed threat there. And then, so if you can get a speed guy like Atwell, that fills one of the depth 3-4 receiver spots. You draft a guy mid-round, like 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, 5th at the latest. And then Felton, who is your 3rd round pick, would essentially be your 5th guy. So it'd be Jefferson, Addison, those are your 1-2, obviously. And then a mix between probably one free agent depth guy, a draft pick, and then Ty Felton. And then Price, who's basically full-time special teamer. But worst comes to worst, he'd be the 6th guy, which you never, hopefully, ever have a case where you got to go through 6 receivers in a game.
The hands are obviously the issue with him. I mean, they literally refused to play him. They had Naylor injury, Addison suspension. Then they're like, no, we cannot have Ty Felton play. We need to trade for Adam Thielen and give up a 4th round pick for him at age 35.
Yeah, that's my concern.
They will not play him, so
because he would have played start of the year.
I went to a preseason game. He barely got used even then.
Yep. I mean, 3rd and 4th quarter.
Looking back at it, too, that made no sense why we never played McCarthy. Like how that's such a big what if. But what if McCarthy got some playing reps? Because you had the broken leg, so you had no physical reps rookie year. And then you don't play him in preseason. We're training him like some NFL vet quarterback, which I get. You never want to risk injury in quarterback. But guess who did play? Guess what quarterback played?
Everybody.
Well, no. But I'm saying guess who played at quarterback? Obviously, he played his rookie year. But Drake May played preseason.
Yeah, that was the game I went to, right?
And, oh, wow. Wow. Patriots had a great year. Lost in the Super Bowl. Drake May, one of the best quarterbacks.
It's literally free games to get your chemistry going. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. Like, you're not going to play Jefferson and you can – well, Addison did play because he had the suspension. I think if Addison didn't have the suspension, unless you're a core guy that you already know the talent's going to produce on Sundays during the season. But, to not play McCarthy at all. At the time, I didn't think much of it because I'm like, our offense is loaded. All you got to do is trust the run because you had a running game with Aaron Jones and
that's non-existent.
First year Mason. We didn't know that at the time, but you had the running game, the 2 running back tandem that looked very solid with the O-line beefed up with the moves they did, and you had the receiving core, which is the whole reason to let Darnold go because first round pick McCarthy, they just give the ball to Jefferson. Trust KOC, he develops quarterbacks. Obviously, a lot has changed since then. But not to McCarthy. At the time, didn't look that concerning, but now it really just like stands out like major mistake.
Yep. And we will talk about it more here on Twin City Sports Talk soon. Ebby will be back on again soon. And yeah, everyone go follow the socials, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. Twins ticket giveaway was announced this past Sunday. So everyone go. I think we have over 200 submissions, 300, somewhere around there. Mostly all current followers now. But people keep registering for those. It's 2 free tickets right behind the Twins dugout.
For the home opener.
Yeah, for the home opener. Go get your tickets. It's going to be fun. Trevor and I will be there in attendance, probably in that general area. That's where we usually like to sit for opener. So
free autograph?
Who knows?
Yeah. Everyone, follow the socials, and we will be back tomorrow. So to announce this Kyler Murray official news. All right, everyone. See ya.